We are live. Wonderful. Welcome. Welcome to the Women's Empowerment Series. Welcome, everyone. If you're joining us for the first time, let us know where you're joining from. If you've been in this episode today, we have an amazing and a beautiful guest, Tara LaFon Gooch. It's such an honor to have you. So, the Women Empowerment Series is a series that where we invite female leaders from around the world who are doing extraordinary work, making an impact, empowering other women and men. So, we empower everyone and we make a difference. Welcome. Such an honor to have you, Tara.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm pleasure to be here and to be with your community today. Thank you so much for the invite.
It's really nice. It's good to have you. So tell me about you. You connecting from North Carolina. You grew up in the East, and what do you do, and how? What is your work about? And
Yeah, yeah,
please.
absolutely. So, March 2022, so March of this year, I decided to jump into entrepreneurship full time.
Mm,
So prior to that, I was a corporate sales director, but I didn't have that sense of fulfillment that I was looking for in life.
okay.
So, I wanted to try something new, try something on my own. Again, just really dive into my own business and see what I could accomplish. But yeah, I grew up in Maryland and moved
Wait,
to North.
before this, because you just said it's huge. So you became an entrepreneur this year, right? March this year.
Right, yeah. So we had our business. We started during COVID, but it was more of a side gig. It wasn't anything that we were doing full
It wasn't a
time.
full time.
No, not in any capacity. So yeah, we decided I wanted something different. I
When
wanted
you
something.
say we, are you doing that with someone else or?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes. So we decided to, try it, see what would happen. And with all the best intentions, right, of helping people, changing lives, and making brands greater. That's what we wanted to do. And so empowering to make
It
that
is.
scary.
Always, but but the scary part is also empowering in a sense because you need some scary things to feel stimulated, don't you? I mean, like, really.
Yes, and it's that there for so long. I think so many people, and myself included, you get stuck in that comfort zone, right? And you become afraid to try new things because of fear of failure. Well, I realized that my fear of staying the same was actually way bigger than any fear of failure that I had. So I kind of used that as leverage and decided that I just didn't want to stay the same anymore. I just wanted something bigger. So I catapulted that and decided to go all in and try something new. And I'm really glad that I did. It's entrepreneurship. Definitely like a hard monitor. Some days, right? Some days are up, some days are down.
You see, people are saying that there is noise in Tara's voice.
Oh, really? Oh,
We
that's a
do
shame.
have that. I have no idea why.
I don't know either. Yeah, we tried. I logged out and logged
It
back
sounds
in.
like there are many microphones open, and it somehow brings it back each time. Someone must mute their microphone. You see, reverb. I have a lot of messages. I'm so excited to see you all. I don't know what's happening with the voice. Uh, People are saying we can't hear you well. I don't know why.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me okay?
I hear it, but it has a noise behind it.
Really interesting.
That's why.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hold on one moment, please. Let's try this. Is that better? Is that better?
Good evening. Yes, maybe that's better.
Okay. Maybe bring it a little bit closer to me. I need. Well, I do.
Because you have the microphone. How about if you take it out? Can you speak directly to the computer? Will it work?
Let's see. I can try.
It's okay. Bear with us, everyone. I saw a lot of people. Everybody, hello, Wendy. Hello, Nini. Hello, Professor Ambrasi. Hello, Ali Reza. Hello, everyone. Hello, Nibras. Hello, all those beautiful faces. Hi, Nini. She said, because so we're fixing this. May need to mute computer mic. Yes, Wendy. I think that's what we should be doing. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm not using this mic anymore. Is that
Yes, now I can hear you well, Tara. Oh my God.
I switched mics. So
That's it. Yes, everyone is.
Oops. It's
Okay,
okay.
now
It
we're
takes a
good.
minute.
Amazing. Your voice is beautiful. It's
Oh,
clean. It's
perfect.
very nice.
Perfect.
Well,
Um,
thank you, everybody. And thank you
yeah,
for being with us. This is what it is to be live. Everyone is clapping at you. You know, it's like,
it's
that's a good thing. It's
it's a
okay.
work in progress.
Holiday season. We're all in a happy mood, colorful, light, and everything. So it's all good. It's
Yeah,
a better no. All
cool.
right. So now I want to hear you. So I think I congratulate you for jumping as an entrepreneur. I think you are such a beautiful role model for doing that, because many women and men, you know, have that beautiful thoughts and initiative and projects in their head, but it's always the what if it doesn't work, what if I regret, what if this, and the what if keeps you stuck in the 9 to 5 or in the box where you are, because you get used to that comfort of it,
Yeah,
even if it's not as good. Mm,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. But your fear of staying the same, once that gets greater than your fear of failure, there your faith becomes invincible.
Love that. Yes, well said. Your fear of being the same is greater than
Yeah.
the fear of failure. How can you get that? When did you find that it became more?
Well, it's a long journey, but for me, and I think a lot of people may share this history or this journey, but I was in a dark state. So I was suffering from depression, I was suffering from
Mm,
anxiety.
of course.
Um, and I was in a place in my life where I just wanted change. I wanted to feel something that I haven't felt in a long time. I wanted to feel purposeful. And
Love
I
that.
started to realize that I was living up to someone else's version of success.
Wow. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
When you work for someone or for an institution, that's what you do. You
Yeah.
work for someone else's dream.
Yeah. I
Mm,
was living up to their version of success. I was working on their dream. And
absolutely.
it never occurred to me before, and I started to get introspective. And I have a 7-year-old daughter. She was 5 at the time.
And she's so cute. I
Ah,
saw the
thank
picture. Ah,
you.
bless her.
She's amazing for sure. Yeah, she looks
She's really, yes, it's true. She looks so much like you. It's incredible.
oh, it's
Ah,
crazy. Genetics.
mhm.
But she said to me, she said, "Mom, you don't smile anymore."
Wow.
And,
Wow.
as a mother, right?
It hurts when you hear that.
Yeah, and
It hurts.
at first I was a little defensive, and I said, "What do you mean I don't I smile?" And then I thought about it and I said, "No, I don't." And now that she said it, I don't remember the last time I actually smiled and meant it.
Mm. She woke
So
you up. It's
she woke me
incredible.
up.
She was the trigger, actually.
She was.
Incredible.
She was. And
Yeah,
uh,
because she reminded you of something that is so obvious, but we don't see it when we are overwhelmed with the work and yeah, the responsibility. Yeah.
mhm. Or burnt out or
Or
stressed.
burnout. Yeah. Yeah.
And it happens to so many of us. And I think, as female leaders, we take so much on our shoulders. And, oftentimes we're working in jobs that we're unappreciated, we feel undervalued. And then we go home and there's additional stresses. And then we can take those stresses from work to home. And then you're not really being a leader in any aspect of your life. You're not showing anybody who you really are, and you're not leading yourself. How could you lead
Exactly. I mean, I was going to say, it's not like you don't even show it to anybody. You don't even show it to yourself. Actually, when you are so overwhelmed, you don't even remember what you who are you, like what do you really like. We kind of don't, we don't take the time.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very powerful. That was, a catalyst for me to wake up and to try to reinvent myself in a way. And it's you don't have to be in your 20s to do it. You don't have to be in your 30s. There's no age limit, and
No limit.
time is going to go by either way, right? So if you want something bad enough, you just kind of have to just go
Jump
for it.
in. Yeah.
And it was very powerful for me, and it taught me a lot. And I'm still learning every day. Don't
Of
get me wrong.
course. Of
We
course, when
fail.
you're a leader and when you take your position as a leader, you are a student of leadership for life.
Yeah,
You never stop. You will always learn things because the problems will grow, but just they're going to be different, but they'll still be there, just different.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
So that was, a big driver for me. I just wanted more out of life. I just wanted joy. And the cure for depression is, one of my good friends, he's a clinical psychologist, and he says that the opposite of depression is not happiness, it's fulfillment. And I think that's really right. Um,
Mm.
I think people seek happiness, but really what you're seeking is
It's
fulfillment, because
fulfillment. Yes.
fulfillment creates that happiness that sustains,
It
right?
lasts. It makes happiness last. It brings it a foundation,
Yeah, that's
a
right.
sense. Fulfillment, because I think often, when you feel that you're worthless, that's what depression is. It's like there is no meaning to your life. But fulfillment, it gives you a sense of why you are and you are doing what you're doing. Yeah. And did you find that with your as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think my fulfillment comes from watching other people succeed, watching myself succeed, do things that are scary, do things that are challenging, do things that I never thought I could achieve.
Hmm.
Um, and it really wasn't until this year when I started even posting videos online. Now I do it every day.
Wow. Excellent.
And actually, this was a huge catapult for me too, because I used to be the person in the meeting on a Zoom call
Mhm.
who was too afraid to raise
Speak.
their hand.
Really? Yeah. It's
And
not that I didn't know what to say, it's just that
yeah,
you wouldn't push yourself to do so. Yeah.
mhm, yep.
Mm.
And, especially in very male-dominated industries or fields or companies, we can often, feel kind of in the back, um, as if our opinion is not weighted as heavily, right? Or, something like that.
Of course, because we keep on saying this to ourselves and hearing it, that it becomes our habitual reality inside of us, even if it's not true.
That's right.
Because it's not true. It's really not true.
It's not.
No,
Absolutely
of course
not.
not.
But that was the reality. So I feel like I'm proof that no matter where you are in your career, even if it's something that you're struggling with anxiety, depression, loneliness, unfulfillment, you are lacking confidence, because
Mhm.
I absolutely was lacking confidence, that you can absolutely overcome, but you have to really focus on what's gonna make you happy long term, what fulfillment looks like to you, but also what success looks like to you. It
Yeah.
doesn't look the same for everybody else, don't you
No.
think?
No, of course not. And not only it doesn't look the same, success is not one thing. Success is the whole journey, it's the whole process. There is success if you run a marathon with your children in the back of your house, and there is success when you are in the Olympics team and you're in a higher level. So what is it? What is that level of success are we talking about? And how do
Absolutely.
you see it? And the very fact that you took the courage to go on and do something different and take on your life, because that's what empowerment is. Empowerment is that you authorize yourself to have the life that you want. Like you go there and take it,
Yes.
even if it's hard.
Even if it's hard, especially if it's hard, because that's when you grow the
It's
most.
always hard, actually. It's always hard.
It's
It's
always
like, always you're gonna jump in a cold water and it's just hard,
yeah.
no matter how old you are, right? It's had nothing to do with that. Yeah. No matter how overly, certified and successful you've been, there is always that fear of the unknown. I mean, usually we're scared because we don't know. We're
Yeah.
like imagining things. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that was a really a big problem with me, was just overthinking,
Hmm.
right? So you can overthink to death. But where is it really getting us, right? So um there's a book, and it's one of my favorite books. It's called The Science of Getting Rich, but one of the best lines of that book is, an ounce of doing is worth a pound of theorizing. So
Wow.
we can
Mhm.
theorize all day, but if we're not putting in the action to where we want to be, if we're not continually working on something, we can think about it all day. Is that getting us closer? No. So an ounce of doing is worth a pound of theorizing. And I
Mhm.
absolutely believe that. And sometimes you just have to put that fear behind and just keep pushing forward, taking
Take
those
action.
action steps. Yes.
Mm, take actions. No matter how small, no matter how wrong it is, but just do it. It's the movement that gets you doing. It's not the thinking. And we have a lot of thinking, a lot of theorizing about the issues. But I think today the world needs more leaders that are doing, that are taking actions, that are leading in a different way. Not, you should do this, you should go here, you should try this, you should, no, I'm doing it. Do you want to come along?
Yeah.
That's the type of taking action. And I know you work a lot on the digital sphere. I
Mhm.
mean, and that's the question I want to really to discuss today is how I'm good at overthinking, Wendy is saying. Again, it's so nice to see you. Thank you for your comments. You say that's inspiring. And you know, today being an entrepreneur, it's not the same as 10 years ago or 20 years ago. I think the digitalization have made it easier, accessible, but it maybe need more courage. But you can quickly jump to some extraordinary level of success.
Absolutely.
How
So
do you?
that's
Yeah,
so
tell me, how do you see that, and how do you use it? And Millie, you are as a big expert in that. How do you advise
absolutely.
people?
Yeah. And kind of going back to, where I was. So again, I was the shy person. I have degrees, but it didn't help
You
my
have them, and they're beautiful. I can
Oh,
see
thank you
them
so
now.
much. But I realized that that was kind of an external validator. So something that
Yeah,
helped.
but not only extra validated, but you carry all that knowledge, Tara. It's
That's
in you.
true. Absolutely.
It makes you the very deep and profound thinker also,
Yes.
of
It
course.
was it was a good start. But I realized that there was still something within me that um just again needed that push, right? In order for me to feel seen, heard, again, just kind of put myself out there. Again, it's getting out of your comfort zone, right? So for me, my journey really was, I started to realize that no matter how good someone is, if they don't know you exist, they can't find you.
Exactly.
And you're not going to win the lion's share of clients or market share, whatever you want to call it. People won't be able to work with you because they don't know you exist. So you have to put yourself out there. And that simple act of finding my voice, allowing others I to see me, to hear me, to understand my messages, to really talk with people instead of at people, learning all of these communication skills that I didn't learn in corporate. I had to kind of learn the hard way, but honestly, it really took me to that next level where I feel like I can do anything. If you would have asked me 3 years ago to speak in front of an audience of 1,500 people, I probably would have just wanted to go into a corner and just die.
Yes. Yeah.
Couldn't have imagined it.
Yeah.
Now, it wouldn't phase me at all,
Wow.
and but I wouldn't have been able to do that without the digital social
Sure.
media,
Of
that
course.
digital footprint, that journey.
Hmm.
It has been so empowering for me, and then to see clients, people that I've worked with or network with that have had that same progress,
Yeah.
honestly, that's that fulfillment that I was looking for. That's what I wanted. I wanted to change lives. And when I say that, I mean that in a big way. And we have these perceptions on social media, that people are a different person when they're on social versus how they are in real life. Well, I made it a goal that if you meet me on social, I'm the same person in real life. I don't use filters. This is me. I don't have scripts. Because I wanted people to see the genuine version of me, and
Yes.
that if they meet me in real life, they're not shocked.
No, you're the
It's
same.
a person. Yeah,
Not just people are seeing you that way, even you with yourself. You know, the fact that you can align all your identities and you're the same, it makes you more grounded, makes you feel like, okay, I am truly believing in my true self because I know myself. Because otherwise, if you have two different faces, you are lying somewhere. You can't be authentic in two different situations with different behaviors. So when you align that and you make it only one, then your belief in yourself, ah, is so strong. And
so
when the belief in yourself is strong, people believe in you, because how can you expect people to believe in you if you are not sure where you are and who you are and when to believe who?
exactly. It's so powerful. And I mean, I've had clients tell me that have changed their life. So to hear that, that's what I want. That's what I've always been searching for. I just didn't know how to quite put a pin on it and understand it myself until I started to get out of my comfort zone, put myself out there, and go on this journey myself. So, as I started working with companies, originally we worked with companies and branding companies and
Okay.
brand alignment, all of those things. I started to think about the people that ran the companies, and we worked with these executives, and I didn't see that they had a social media presence. And
Mm,
then, these same companies, these same people they're complaining that they're shrinking, or that they're not finding top talent, they're not finding all of these things. And it just kind of like a light bulb moment, and I realized that there's so much more to your digital presence as a leader of an organization than I think many people had been talking about before.
yes.
And then you start to empower these leaders to show up, in a different way online, on social media, and all of a sudden their company starts growing.
Wow.
So
Mm.
it's not just about even just that one person. You can change an entire company and entire organization just by developing the leadership.
Yeah. And by developing their digital presence, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
it's
makes
not
sense.
even an option anymore. It's not even a choice. It's like that's how you want to thrive if you want to still have growth in your company and your profits. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And again, you could be the best, but if no one knows you exist, you're not the best known. So no one can find you. So the best way, most efficient way is to get on social media, but not just I'm not one of these people that just do it, because then you can lead that can lead to, lack of congruency. That can
Okay.
lead to misalignment with your brand, with your messaging. So it's really important to have a guide, have somebody that really has a thorough understanding of social media, digital footprint, and as well as branding, both personal and company, so that you can have that holistic approach.
Mm,
That's when it acts as a machine for you for growth. But if
mm.
you don't have all these key components, it can lead to confusion. It
Yeah.
can lead to, deterring business as opposed to attracting it.
Mm. So you
So,
have to really use it strategically.
yes, and high emphasis on that strategy. And it's a holistic approach. Like I said, in sales, there's push and there's pull. And most people focus on that push. It's outreach, it's, sending messages, it's all of these things, but they forget about that pull. And part of
Mm.
the pull is, well, people buy from other people. They don't buy from companies, right?
That's true. We
And
like to know the human behind it.
absolutely, they want
Mm.
to buy from a leader. So, just like any leader, when you show up and you show authority, and then you show thought leadership, and you show that you're a subject matter expert, but then more importantly, above all, that you're a real person that cares.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's an attraction mechanism for all kinds of
Mm.
opportunities.
I agree. Yeah. And so that's why the leadership today that the world needs more of, and everyone wants more of, is leadership with empathy, with
Yeah.
real caring,
Yes.
with love for yourself, for the others, for the humanness around you. And even in social media, that's what we want to see more. Somebody who's true, authentic, but also human and full of empathy.
Yes.
And that's why even my work, I mean, all of my work is about this new type of leadership where we have a love, empathy, more feminine energy, living away from the masculine paradigm and doing and overdoing and doing things, but rather surrendering to what is happening. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I love that. It's very
Yeah.
nice. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, I think it starts with, identifying your core values. I talk about that a lot.
Okay.
But, that's how you have really aligned align a brand, whether it's your personal brand or your company brand. It starts with what your values are, what you believe in, just like what you said, leading with love, leading with empathy, right? So, one of the ways that's a pull. That's how you again attract customers. So, that's a pull mechanism. You don't want to work with everybody. You want to find your aligned partners. You want to find aligned people. And the only way you can really do that is when you have that clarity of messaging and when you freely share your core values and what you believe in. That acts as a filtering mechanism that removes people that aren't aligned and attracts people that are.
Absolutely.
And
Mm.
when you do that, it's that, again, that holistic marketing mechanism that works for you, not against you. And
Mhm.
that's, again, when you find your ideal audience, your ideal client. And that's when you start to really find your voice too.
Yeah.
And you get clear about what success looks like for you by getting clear about what you believe in.
Yes, so well said. And which brings us back to our starting, which is like how success is different from each one. It's different from each one, depending from where you start, where you want to go, but also depending on your values and the vision that you have for yourself. This is beautiful.
So cool.
We made it a full circle. Back to at the end is aren't we all seeking beautiful success? Success that makes us fulfilled, that makes us happy, and makes us see the impact that we create around us. Love that. Mm.
So beautiful.
It's beautiful. So has been a beautiful year for you then. I mean, you celebrating something amazing and I wish you all the more celebration next year, as you will be doing that first year as an entrepreneur, and you will grow through it. Well,
Yes.
what would you like to say before we finish this beautiful conversation today? To everybody watching us, Egan, you've been so beautiful. Thank you for all your beautiful comments and all this, everybody with us.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, parting last words are, you can do this. So, um, oftentimes, again, we think that we're just waiting on a sign. Maybe it's just not the right time now. But honestly, what do you want, right? So get really clear on what you want. And I have a journal that I keep right here on my
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
And I physically write down pen to paper what success looks like to me, what I believe in, my core values, what my goals are for going into next year. And it's a physical piece that I can take with me if I need to, and it helps keep me on track.
Yeah.
So,
Just keeps
really,
you focused on
yeah.
where you want to go.
So, anybody can do this. This is not, you don't have to be super smart. You don't have to have this and that degree. You don't have to have this and that experience. You just have to have a purpose, you have to have a drive, and you have to be on a mission to want something greater than you've ever had before. And also, not be afraid to fail, because failure
Mm.
is actually a good thing because it teaches you if you allow it, right? So don't be
Yes,
afraid of failure, embrace it, but just keep moving on. But you've got to apply that action. Remember, an ounce of doing is worth a pound of theorizing. So
very
just
nice.
keep acting, guys.
So an ounce is doing is worth a pound of fear. That's a
Yes.
beautiful
Yes.
sentence to keep. This is very well said. Thank you so much, Tara, for this beautiful conversation. I loved it very much. Happy New Year and a beautiful holiday season to you and to everyone, and to many celebrations. Thank you for joining me.
Thank
Thank
you.
thank you, everybody. Bye bye.